Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for making it to episode 4. Here's Lev Rose to introduce the podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast.
It's episode 4. And here's Freddie to introduce the podcast.
You chew so loudly.
I don't chew that loud.
You're eating freaking mozzarella balls and you can't be quiet.
Freaking mozzarella.
I like the way they pack them. It looks like a broccoli.
None of them are round.
They're all squished.
They're not balls.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
For the viewers, this is the Trader Joe's mozzarella pearls.
Belgiorno.
What's it called?
Trader Joe's.
Oh, Trader Joe's. Oh.
I really wish there was more kosher brie cheese out there.
Is there kosher brie cheese?
There is. We had some on New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
Noah Avlin's house. Shout out Noah Avlin. Crazy that people want to sponsor this podcast.
Who else?
We're getting a lot of interest. I'm not going to read their names out loud without a sponsor, but
that was close. We'll bleep it out.
yeah, people are contributing lots of $5. People feel like $5 is enough to
We
give.
can talk about the real discussion. We agreed, if anyone's willing to pay us $1,000 total, $250 a person, we would be willing to read all of Harry Potter 5 in one sitting, assuming we're allowed to alternate between people. Like Yosef reads for 3 hours while we do bits without him.
Oh, no, that's not fair.
And then Zach reads while we do bits without him. And then I read and everyone doesn't do bits. And everyone sits there politely and waits for me to finish. Then Lev reads and we all do bits without him.
Yeah.
Except that
Right.
Lev backed out, so we now each get
Yeah, we
$3.30.
each get $3.30.
Okay, you can't tell me that that's actually worth it. I don't think that's worth it at all.
Lev,
$50?
it
It'll
says
take
online it's 14 hours of reading.
14 hours.
A lot.
That means
14
you
hours
need to put in-
divided by 4.
Imagine if we're
We
driving
need to
for
put in
14 hours.
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
That's ass. What do you want?
No.
For $250, you're telling
And
me
you
would...
only would only have to do an hour, pause for 2 hours.
You're
An
getting
hour,
paid
pause for 2
$75
hours.
an hour.
Chum change. What do you want?
You're getting paid more than that.
I'm
Alright.
a high roller. You guys don't expect me to
But
be
if
making
I offered you
$80 an hour.
But if I offered you $75 an hour to do something else, you would do it in a heartbeat.
If I liked it.
It's reading.
You know who else probably gets a high payment per hour? Prostitutes.
Good
You guys-
point. You should sell your body.
You guys are the
If we're
same.
speaking economically, that's what you should do.
Strictly economically, that's
our-
You live in terms of what the hell?
Sorry, my
Whoa, whoa,
luxury.
whoa.
Our shtick budget would be tripled if you did prostitution. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, think about how many hats we could buy.
Think about how much mead we could make.
Said that he'll add 5 if Lev only reads the girl characters with voices. The girl characters.
We were
Harry
already
Potter?
gonna do voices. Wait,
Yeah.
that's not the other assumption.
Ghostbusters
We're getting
original
paid to read
Oh,
Harry Potter. Harry Potter, you mustn't go back to home.
What are you doing
We would
here?
add
Just
this
sing
up.
down to us. Master has given Dobby a sock. Dobby is free.
Shout out Dobby.
That's a preview of what you could get.
Yeah, if you're willing to pay $250.
Each.
Talk about our outfits.
We can talk about 2 of our outfits.
Okay, if
Lev
someone,
is wearing
what do you mean?
nothing.
if someone wants to describe it for the listeners at home.
Yeah. Both Freddie and Zach are wearing suits with white shirts underneath. The shirts are completely unbuttoned and tucked down, literally down, like there's a racetrack from head to pants of skin.
Skin and hair, yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Ooh. And our collars are
Collars are popped.
Collars
no,
are
they're not
out.
popped. Just the
out
they're pretty out. yeah.
above.
They're above the suit, I guess.
If any of you want to ask us for a picture, I probably won't show you, but still feel free to ask.
Oh. Here's
No,
that.
you
Sure.
don't
No, 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 no.
You're
Let's take some
taking pictures of me,
pictures,
and I told him he's not allowed to send them to
I'm
anyone.
not gonna. That's why I can show them.
Show it's a podcast. I can't see.
I know.
Yeah, show the mic. Show the mic.
Show the chat. Hey chat.
There's me hitting the wrist face.
We'll put it up on the screen.
This is huge dog.
What?
Oh, you're not looking at the pictures like I'm looking at the pictures?
What time are we at, Lev?
Oh, I gotta close this. That's right.
I can count even if the recording isn't on the
You
screen.
can count even. 2, 4, 6,
I can do
8.
that as well.
Go.
2. 4 is obviously next.
Oh yeah.
Logically speaking,
what's
after
third?
that might be 6.
No.
No.
Oh.
6 is odd.
It's
It's divisible by 3. It's
Right.
really odd.
Yeah.
Google.
What do you want to Google?
Shout out Google. They help us know things.
Yeah, they sponsored us. Sorry, everybody else.
For example,
We saw that. We got the
they
Google
they outbid you
sponsorship.
guys.
Harrison Ford is still making TV shows, huh?
Yeah.
I think he probably doesn't like it.
I don't think he ever liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you think you like making Star Wars?
No, Indiana Jones, you like that bad.
Indiana Jones probably.
Blade
'cause he's a
Runner?
badass.
Yeah.
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner. He was in Blade Runner.
He's Blade
Yeah,
Runner.
he's Blade Runner.
Right?
He's in the second one too.
I think the OG one he probably had a lot of fun doing.
Like 80s
Yeah.
sci-fi vibes.
Yeah, it was really, and he like looked really cool in it.
You know, he's in
Cool and
Apocalypse
everything.
Now for like 2 seconds.
Really?
Oh,
Is that the one with the helicopter?
Yeah.
That's like in
Yeah.
freaking Oppenheimer when like Josh Peck pulls up for no reason.
Josh Peck is in Oppenheimer?
Yeah, he's the one who presses the
One
fucking
scene.
button.
He has one shot. He like looks concerned and then like executes the Trinity test.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, that's like crazy, man. It's like, oh, what the heck? Give me my shoe back.
We'll take podcast sponsorships for feet pics.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, honestly.
Not monetary.
You want to see if anyone else has responded?
Where are your shoes?
Yeah, I'm done with this.
$250 a person.
Gonna throw it away or eat it?
I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Do you guys want to... Oh,
No.
we're spending $30 in total for Left to Read Only the Girl... we're not doing that. You guys want to listen to my dad's dream?
Yeah.
Get into it?
Yeah, we gotta listen to your dad's
Oh,
dream.
Zach, we called it. You would be the one out of all 4 of us to be able to lucid dream. Freddie and I were talking about this on the way to Schultz today. We were talking about how like you can like train yourself by looking at your hand. Like you
What?
basically build a tick
There's-
during your day that you look at your hand like every hour or whatever, and then since you've built it into a habit in your dream, you do the same thing. And your hand looks back.
It's like a thing,
You're
you
in
like-
a dream, and then you realize you're in a dream, and now you can control.
You force yourself to do a tick. You're like, look at my
Yeah.
hand. Am I dreaming? No, this is real. And then go along with your day. And if you like
And you
force
do
at
s-
it into like
yeah.
something that you just do like subconsciously, you'll do it in your dream and you'll realize you're dreaming.
Right, because it'll look funky.
And then you can lucid dream. And then with enough practice, like after you realize you're dreaming, eventually you can start to like control the dream.
We think out of the 4 of us, you would be the best at it.
I think we should have like we should do a class and we should all learn to lucid dream.
That'd be hype.
Quiz that we could do bits at night too when we're asleep. Like,
Maybe
God,
the 4 of
Zach,
us.
you said the
That would be like
funniest thing.
flying.
Zach, you did the funniest thing in my dream. Like, yeah, you're flying, you're a superhero. Lev, you're freaking like traveling the world, and I'm like, guys, we were all at Zach and Lev's table. We were doing the funniest bit.
It was great.
It was so
I
awesome.
like the bit that the 4 of us, when we lucid dream, we actually enter one.
Yeah.
We all dream at the same
We
time.
all are in the same.
We're logging onto like the same Minecraft server.
Yeah, exactly. If I could lucid dream, I would like play Minecraft in like real life. I would do so many sick things.
So many
Can we please learn how to do it?
Here's the thing.
I'm
Why
down.
am I creating like nervous tics for myself? That feels like not worth
No,
it.
because then you
For
can,
sure, it's worth it. Lev,
you
you're
can
telling
do
me to
things
have
in your-
superpowers that feel real in the
It's not-
moment?
No, that's
If it
not-
feels
You
real,
can shoot lasers
you
from
can
your
shoot lasers
hands.
from your
Oh, okay.
You can
everywhere.
do it even you can't do in real life.
Yeah, I could do that when I'm dreaming and also not in control. What do you want?
But
No,
No.
because you can't. No, because
You
you're not
cannot.
in control.
You like wake up, no, because you never realize it in the moment. Dreams, when
Dude,
like
I
you're not
barely
lucid,
remember
are always
dreams at
after
this
the fact. It's that was cool.
You could talk to your favorite historical figures.
Yeah,
Dead or alive?
you could talk to Rashi and tell
Really?
him that Professor Joki thinks he's a sexist.
Or,
Rashi
yeah.
Monkey does think that.
Yeah, that's one thing you could do.
That
You
was
could,
crazy.
you could say, Rashi, I defended
I
your honor
tried
in
to
class.
defend Israel, and Freddie sold out his people.
I did.
What does that mean?
So Rashi's a sexist, dirty sexist. Not
I was
actually.
like, well,
no,
actually-
I didn't sell my people. I just stayed quiet.
Yeah.
Our professor for Yiddishkeit was like saying, Rashi is sexist, and I was like, well, actually, maybe not, and I was just in the corner like,
No, it wasn't the fact that Rashi himself was sexist. Like, probably he's old.
it was a rebellion.
But it was that the idea that it was only including Rashi in the translation of Tanakh
For women.
for women
Yeah.
is sexist.
Wait, what about the old wives' tale of like his daughters putting on tzitzit?
I don't think that
It wasn't even
enters the
about
equation
that.
at
It was
all.
basically just like they made like a woman's chumash where the only thing it just had the Torah and it just had Rashi. And she said that's sexist because the men got all these other maforshim and they could like learn whatever, but the women only got Rashi.
And then I was
And
like,
then-
well, actually, like Rashi's like actually the primary rishon on a lot of the understandings that we have in the Pshat of the Torah.
Was
And-
it Rashi?
From that day forward,
Actually,
she
like,
hated
Koren.
Lev.
Yeah, and then she hated me, and then she was also like, guys, everybody, we are not canceling class for Pasach because
For Passover.
I asked my freaking whatever. She like asked her.
You
Um,
dropped the voice.
I forgot a word. I couldn't keep doing the voice.
Registrar or whatever.
She asked like the head of her department, of the German department, if Passover was a holiday that they're allowed to skip class for, and like. The head of the German department probably is like, no, you can't skip class for any
Like
reason.
5 of us said we weren't going to be there, and then in the end she canceled it.
Yeah, we're like, I like raised my hand in class. I was like, actually, like,
you have
Pesach
to.
is a Yom Tov. She like knows what Yom Tov is. She's like a Yiddish literature professor.
She's holding.
But she doesn't know enough to like believe me when I say in class that like I have to keep Yom Tov. I cannot come to class. And she's like, your grade will suffer then.
Yeah, she did say that.
What the F?
Look, you need to email my professors.
About Pesach.
There's no Pesach's like on Sunday, no?
Sunday,
It's
Monday.
We missed
Monday.
it.
I don't have any exams, but like.
What do you guys call it when, like, if you're going to go check out? What do you call, like, I'm going to the...
Store?
Checkout.
No. When
You
go
call
to
it
check out,
you call it
You
the
say,
checkout.
I'm going to the checkout.
Register?
Yeah, like meet me at the
The
checkout.
register.
No, I say the checkout. That's just like the
Or
alternative.
no, the
No,
checkout or
I think it's
checkout.
checkout.
I'm
Like
saying
I was with,
checkout.
I
I'm
went.
putting the word the there.
Checkout.
Now you have to finish that
Still
sentence.
I would still
I think
say the
it's
checkout.
I'm going to the checkout?
Yeah.
Checkout.
Checkout line maybe.
That's crazy.
Checkout line. I would
Checkout.
probably say.
Checkout.
I
I'm a
She
big,
used to always say, I'm gonna check
I'm
out.
a big cash
was gonna
register.
check out or I'm
Checkout.
going to the checkout line.
Checkout or thing.
I'm a big cash register guy.
Whoa,
But you don't go to the cash register.
Texas,
Yeah.
man.
You can go through the entire checkout without having any interaction with the cash register.
Well, I just found out that Bleep calls it the cash.
Who's bleep?
They're not sponsored by them, so I can't
Oh,
say
so
their
we did way too many shout outs in episode 3. Now we're charging.
Yeah, they
Wait,
rap
wait.
for free.
Who's the? Just snap it to us.
Okay.
We'll know the
Snap it to us.
What?
It'd be a
Snap it
pain
to
to
us.
listen to.
No, because
Oh.
then they'll be able to figure out who they are.
They can't see any of the movements. This is the worst version of what we already do in person to these people.
Okay, go, do it.
We'll cut it.
I got it, but
That's
it's
the
not
last
this
one?
one. It's not this one. It's this.
Oh.
Okay, we know who you are now. You should pay us.
They will never listen to this. They will never hear this.
It's this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which one's this?
How many times do you think we said check out in the last section?
12. I can go back and count.
It's
It's
Way
more than 12.
more.
Me and Zach
I
were
think
going
39.
back and forth, playing checkout tennis with one another across the
When,
table.
when I edit it, do you want me to add little dings every time we say checkout? Like, hey, I'll call it the check.
Yeah.
Checkout.
Have a little counter in the corner.
It's a podcast, Joe.
No, I think I want you just like to insert here. You'll just be like,
Final number was 35.
12.
the final score was
13. Check out.
Oh, it was in the past section. It can't be now.
Let's write our own algorithm that will count how many times you said
It's not that hard.
Oh, yeah?
Just go ahead.
Oh, you're
Hit
saying...
check out and
Guys, I listened to the podcast so many times. It's ridiculous.
When the supreme editor.
I'm the supreme editor. So when I did the 3rd episode on Friday, I had to listen to it all the way through once to edit it. Then I had marked a few places that I had to go back. So I was like an hour 10, because that's how long the whole thing was, plus like 15 minutes of editing, plus like another hour of listening to it. So I
That's
listened to
actually
it for like 2.5 hours.
It's actually crazy. We gotta give big props to our editor.
Thank you, Lev.
I would never do that.
Whatever.
Everybody
Whatever.
vote in the comments who is the main character of this podcast.
Basically,
I-
we know it's not Freddy. That's the
I
first
never,
thing we know.
I never wanted to be the main character. I just wanted to be like the guy who enables the podcast.
You're the
I
background
think
guy.
Zach is
Stay
the
in
main
your
character.
lane. Stay in your lane.
I think
buddy.
Zach is the main character, and I don't care who the main character is as long as it's not you, Lev.
No, there was a point in episode 1 where I thought Amalia was the main character.
No, we agreed Amalia is the side character.
She's certainly. We got booed twice.
Have any other external people been in the audio of the podcast? No.
No, it's the 4 of us and Amalia.
Wow. Somebody
What about
randomly
Zach
walks
Fredman?
in.
Zach Fredman
We
might
haven't
be in this
listened to
episode
him
if
yet.
we listen to his dream.
But not live. Asynchronous.
Asynchronous.
Yeah, asynchronous
That's right.
listening.
It's crazy he gave me permission to play.
His
I'll
dream-
introduce it when we do.
Okay.
His dream is so intimate. I mean, I don't know what is in the
It's
dream.
not
I'm saying
that
the fact that we're like listening to
So
his dream is
let's just
intimate.
move on to it.
Okay, fine. Let's listen.
Okay, basically, my
Sorry.
dad.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna cut it. I was just.
You still don't have to cut it.
No, you have to.
You don't have to cut anything. Don't cut this. Don't
Screw
cut
with
this.
the editor.
Check out. Don't
Check out. Ding, 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 ding. My dad left a voice note in the family chat, describing for a 5-minute long voice note describing this dream he had. And I asked if I could play it on the podcast, and he said sure. So I think we're gonna do a live. I've listened to it before. Zach, Love, and Yosef have not listened to it before, so I think we're gonna do a live reaction, and I'll explain parts and we'll analyze it. And if it's not a good bit, then you'll probably this
It might
audio
not be
part will
fun.
never see the light of day. We'll see how it is.
We'll focus group it first.
Okay, we ready, boys?
I'm ready.
Okay, hopefully you guys can hear on the
If not, you can
podcast.
superimpose it.
If not, no, that's
We'll
so
fix it
much
in
work. Because I
post.
assume we're gonna like cut it.
Oh,
If
fuck.
you guys ever want me to pause it, just tell me.
This morning I woke up at 5 a.m. Don't be concerned about me. I went to bed probably, what time? 7 p.m. maybe?
Pause right there. Okay.
Who is this loser? Going to bed at 7
7 p.m.
a.m.
is really early. 5 a.m. is pretty early, but 7 a.m. is really early.
Wait,
That's
7
10 hours
PM.
of sleep. That's
How much am I
impressive.
allowed to expose my dad? My dad had the shingles, so I assume he was like in pain.
Well, I don't have to include his disease.
He doesn't have it
Is
anymore.
he a loser now, then?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say he was ever a loser. I was going to say he's
You
a
did
fine
say-
man. I can't wait to
Shall we
hear the
continue?
responses in the comments from your dad.
Continuing.
McCartney book, and then I came on and read a little of my McCartney book, and then of course 20 minutes later I had a nap on the couch, and I had the most vivid dream, so much so that I could, it was one of those where you could kind of remember it
Pause right there.
well afterwards.
Okay, so he said it was a vivid dream, and then it was one that you can remember afterwards. But, yeah, vivid. Nobody else.
What a stupid addition, man.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, like, he said the same point twice.
Yeah,
gonna let
okay,
him
so
get
you're
away with
gonna
that?
criticize my
We're gonna let him get away with
Are
that?
you literature critics here?
Actually, he could have said that more concisely.
To be honest, he didn't have a topic.
There's a lot of passive voice being used. Actually, I don't know if there is, but that's the comment I get.
I woke up, that seemed kind of
He
passive.
hasn't even gotten into the dream yet, and he had us pause it twice. Rapidly moving on.
Well afterwards. And it makes perfect sense to me. So I am a professor at a school.
Pause right there.
I know.
I'm just saying, wait. It's not actually about the content yet. It's the fact that I'm the only one who's paused it. Nobody else has any analysis. I thought that's what we're doing.
We're one line into the dream. We'll get
He's
analysis.
a professor, but by the way, there's already so much to analyze there.
He's a
What,
Love,
that
would
he's
you
a
like to
professor?
explain the story?
I don't know if I can. You're his son. You have to
At
go for it.
Cantina.
Yeah, basically, my dad goes to this shul that's like a Chabad house, not a Chabad house, a house that's operated by Chabad on a street. I guess technically that would make it a Chabad house.
I was thinking the same thing. I was gonna pause you right now.
Pause, Freddy. That would go to the Chabad house. And there's a guy there that's a professor of economics at Case Western. Separately, there's a guy who works at a kosher restaurant called Cantina at Case Western, but it's not relevant to the story. That's at
Really,
Case
that's
Western.
it.
restaurant at Case Western.
In the Hillel.
Yeah, in
but
the
apparently
Hillel.
they've
That's good
moved
to know.
recently.
They're moving.
They are moving,
Oh.
which is why my family's leaving Cleveland.
Right.
Because my dad one time went up to I think he went to Green Road, like the actual show, and he saw the waiter from Cantina, and he goes, "Tell me, professor."
Wait. Pause right there. It's not the waiter. It's the maitre d'.
The maitre d', the maitre
said
d' of
that word a
Cantina.
lot.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
pronounced that
And he
way.
goes, "So tell me, professor." And the guy started laughing. He's like, "What's a Giffen good?" You know, I was thinking about it, and it's like some economics concept. It's like a type of good that like behaves weirdly. And the guy was like, "Haha, like I don't know." And my dad was like, like I was thinking, that was weird. Like, why would the professor give you that answer? And then it hit him. He's like, yeah, that was not the professor. And for like probably a year, my family did not go to Cantina because my dad was too embarrassed. So, okay, so he's
That
a
was a
professor.
worthy pause,
He's a
just saying.
professor. He's a professor.
At a school.
Mindy's
and
my mom. Tamar's
are
my
at
aunt.
my class. I think in my mind it's my third
fine,
class.
Tamar.
It's very similar to the dreams you have, like, it's like, oh, it's another week later and you still haven't studied for finals. And another week later. And I'm mad because I've been driving around, for some reason I've been driving Mindy's Ascent, and it would not go into drive. It would lock in neutral, and then I'd have
Sucks.
to gear left and go into what's called gear 1 and 2. So you'd be driving, you could only drive very slowly.
Wait, pause.
And
We're getting
Is
deep.
your mom's car a manual?
No,
but you can
but
have,
all
like,
cars have like
options.
park, reverse, neutral,
But
drive, and then
here-
1 and 2. But you never use 1 and 2
It's like
because
if
like a
you're
lot of
going,
times you have to go down and then to the left.
My car does not have 1 or 2. It has D.
My car does, I can show
That's
you.
what I
I
got.
think you're stuck.
Most cars
Like,
do.
when below the D.
Like you never use them.
I have
unless-
L.
Maybe
That
if you-
goes below the D.
Okay. Rapidly
Crazy
moving
guy.
on again.
slowly. And I figured out watching A-Town that he was the one that did it as a prank. There's a button.
Get pranked, sucker! What a stupid head! I got his ass. Come on, yes, sir.
1 and 2.
What? Yes, sir. Come on. You don't even know who you're messing with.
That's
That.
crazy.
Right side, the pillar near the dash, the passenger pillar. And
Passenger
allegedly,
pillar.
That was a passenger pillar.
I think he's talking about like the gear shift. Nope.
There's a
I
pillar
don't
on the
think that's
passenger
passenger.
side?
I think it's like in the console between the driver and the passenger.
I would
But I
call
think
it
he's talking about the
driver's
gear
pillar.
shift. Let's get a instant replay on that.
I feel like the
side, the pillar near the dash, the passenger pillar.
He's
No,
The pillar
pause.
near the dash?
It's like the side of the car. There's like the windshield, and on the either side, the
Like
pillars.
where you
Oh.
rest your lower arm.
No,
I don't
he's
know
saying
about
like like on a car you have the windshield and then you
Yeah.
have the windows and then
Yeah.
you have like that little like
strip.
part of car that connects the two. I
You
think
mean
it's
on
calling
the
that
outside of
yeah,
the car?
but like
You
you
see
can
it
see it
on
on
the
the
inside.
inside.
It's not
Like,
all glass.
It's not
like
all
dome.
glass. There's
That's
something that like
freaking sick though. We should
let's
make
get
all
make it
another
so,
instant replay on
the
that.
dome.
Figured out watching Aton that he was the one that did it as a prank. There's a button that was on the right side, the pillar near the dash.
Yeah.
Button.
Passenger
Yeah, it's a
pillar.
dream.
And allegedly,
It's a weird car.
Oh, it's an exterior button.
We
it's
don't
an
know.
interior button.
It's a button that doesn't exist on real cars.
No, I know. I'm saying in his fake dream it exists. in the
Maybe it
pillar.
does. You'll
Wow.
never know until your car
Damn.
can't go into drive.
Okay, well,
Okay, continue.
Nakila, Tamar,
Oh.
and Mindy knew about it. So I confronting them as the class is about to start, and they were laughing, and I was like, Pete,
pause right there.
Yes, more shot.
Are you
So-
recording?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was coming to see if I could borrow that glowy thing. on the windows.
That's a TV.
You reach
Like, I can't do it without exposing myself.
Wait, why?
He's
Wearing
exposed.
clothes
Yeah,
ready.
he's wearing clothes.
He's
Can I
wearing
borrow
clothes.
this?
Yeah.
Not on
I
Does
mean,
it do what I
let
think
us.
does? It like
Yeah.
So just so you know,
This
you,
goes-
you're in a group of 6 people that have been on the podcast. It's only been the 4 of us and Amalia. You're the only other person whose
wait,
voice
should
is.
I like do something interesting?
No,
might
'cause
get
I'm gonna
cut.
cut this.
I'm one of your
Yeah, but,
dedicated
but you didn't
listeners.
sponsor us, and we have a strict
Yeah,
no
you're
shout
not
out.
getting out of that paying.
No
Otherwise,
shout out.
everyone will be
50
storming through our
cents.
If you
doors.
Venmo me 50 cents, I'll keep this part in the podcast.
This entire-
Guys, I'll
You
split it
can't
between
do
all
that,
of us.
Freddie.
What?
Make
Wait,
it 51
Yose's not
cents. I
always
want.
on it either.
I want a majority share.
Yose's been on half.
I've been on that.
I want 50 for
Wait, is this
myself.
yours or this is Jason's?
It's
$50 a piece.
You got it.
Yeah, you can use
Volt.
it. It's fine.
Thank you. We're
Wolf.
doing an event.
That makes sense.
What event?
An event that requires a glowy.
What the heck?
What the heck?
What the heck? Okay.
Don't worry about it.
What the Sigma?
No.
Yo, big
Yeah.
L's in the chat for Mo Cha Cha.
That's it.
Alright, wait, hold on.
This in.
Alright, we're back.
peeved. And the class is about to start in the previous professor. It's a big lecture hall, so I'm in the top of the lecture hall. It's one of those amphitheater styles, so I would have to walk downstairs to go and teach the class. And a professor who was at the previous class says, Professor, I'm here to look for my wallet. I was in your previous class. What do you teach?
Pause.
I didn't
What do you think
know.
he teaches? Take predictions.
Yeah.
I can't take predictions because I've listened to it before.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
that's it.
I think he teaches law.
I think German history.
I think intro to anthropology.
You guys are all wrong.
Oh,
It's a good bit what he teaches.
What do you teach? And I didn't know. So I looked, there was a student to my left and she had her book and I couldn't read because it was like too fancy. So I either was teaching topography or
Wait, pause.
The writing,
what?
because
Because
writing was,
the writing was
too
too
fancy.
Is it
So
called
he
cursive?
goes, it was either topography or
Or
topology. One of the
Who
two.
teaches typography?
No,
Math?
topology
No,
or topography.
Like
Topography.
mountain.
Like the thing where it's like a map with like the
Yeah,
lines
yeah,
and you know
yeah.
how tall a
Versus
mountain is.
Topology,
It's a-
which is like the study of shapes.
Yes.
Oh.
teaching topography or topology. And because I waited too long to answer, she answered for me. And it was topography.
Whoa! Pause.
He goes topography. I don't know what that is.
He should read
That's pretty
audiobooks. He's got a good cliffhanger voice.
Crazy
Wow.
dreamed about something he didn't know what it was.
He's a
Well, he
professor of
must know on some
topology.
level. Like
Yeah.
he would definitely know like a topographical map or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it's called with like the lines.
Right,
You
right.
know it if you saw it. Thanks for the cheese act. Continuing. Okay,
It's gonna be
continue.
nonsensical.
Topography, which I don't even know what it is. So I asked her, I said, what chapter are we on? And she turns the book to the chapter and I see the header and it says Schrade. C-A-R-A-D-E.
Trade?
That's what trade is.
You think he made that word up, or he knows something about topography?
No, I
we
think your
don't
brain
know?
produces random
I
stuff.
bet
Why does
trade
he
is a
remember
real
Schreiber?
topography
Wait, it's
thing.
did he say CHRADE or SHRADE?
I think S.
I know what it is because he defines it later.
He looked it up?
No, he defines it when
defines
it
it in
was
his
in
class.
the dream.
Oh.
Schrade.
Trade. I think trade is...
Yeah, everyone take your guesses of what Schrade is.
It's how much shade is provided when you're on a low part of the
It
mountain.
has nothing
Oh,
to
wait,
do
it's not about
It has nothing
topography.
to do with topography, I'll tell you that.
Oh,
I think it's
forgot.
a guy's last name.
It sounds similar to Schrade.
You're shredding something?
Schrade?
I just looked it up.
what is it?
It's a folding knife.
It's
Like
not
a
that. It's
pocket
not that.
knife.
It sounds
I'm
similar to
saying
Schrade.
real life.
Like it was like, you can see how his mind got there.
Trade. CH.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a C. That changes everything.
Schrade. No. It's
And there's like a picture of a ship, so I figure out it must be Chinese-American trade.
the official answer is Chinese American trade.
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 It even
Trade
sounds
goes
like the
trade.
word trade.
Like it's a combination of trade in China becomes trade. Okay.
That's fantastic.
And I can sort of wing my way. So I'm
What he means, my dad works for like the family business, manufacturing bed frames, and like a lot of the metal isn't like from America. They buy a lot of the stuff in China. So my dad has been there, and he like knows about like the tariffs and stuff. So he actually knows a lot about it.
A lot about trade.
Again, if
That's
you want to
what-
like actually analyze it, there's definitely like he's like
Yeah,
he must be
his brain
scared of
is
something
there.
about tariffs because it's going to affect the business
Right.
and stuff like that. But it's not a politics podcast, okay, Lev? So
Lev, calm down.
check that out the door.
Take your MAGA hat off.
Check it out the door.
Wearing a MAGA.
I'm ill-prepared, and I figure I'm going to kill some time. So I head down the stairs, and I get to the bottom of the stairs, and now I like have to walk left to the dais there to give the class.
The
And
day.
I
Good
fall.
use
The
the word
dais.
dais.
The
dais.
It's like
Like,
a podium.
Yeah,
Oh,
podium.
okay. Good job, Dad.
Lectern vibe.
Yeah, lecture,
Yeah,
lecture.
yeah.
Lectern.
Stender.
And I fall, pretend to fall, and then crawl the rest of the way there.
Wait, pause. Oh, wait. He
Why?
falls and then pretends
Have
to
you-
fall?
Have you seen the old Willy Wonka? It's like Willy
Oh,
Wonka.
yeah, yeah.
He's like,
Does the somersault.
exactly. He walks on
Oh.
the stage, his cane gets stuck, and he does like a sign. he pretends to fall and he
then
crawls.
he crawls
to the
the rest
stage. I
of
think
the
he's
way.
stalling because he doesn't know what he's about to teach about.
Oh,
the entire
Making
class.
an entrance. That's good.
Shred.
Charade.
Up to the dais, I said, "You'll have to forgive me. I had brisket for lunch, and my teeth are so filled with meat that I can hardly speak." And
It's unrelated to his tripping and falling.
Just filled with biscuits.
Okay, so
Like the
this,
strings.
just to recap the sequence of events, he walks down after figuring out what he's teaching, walks down the stairs, pretends to fall, crawls to the
Barbie
lectern, like hoists himself up and says, "Sorry, class, you have to forgive me. I had brisket for lunch. There's so much meat in my teeth I can hardly speak." And the class erupts in laughter.
that I can hardly speak, and everyone starts laughing. And I do a routine. So I ask people, "What would you do if your son locked your car so you couldn't drive in anything but one or two,
Good callback.
and your wife and sister knew about it?" And everyone's laughing. And then
What?
it's like I'm thinking, how do I kill more time? Just gotta kill enough time. I said, "Okay, who here read the chapter?" And people raise their hand. And then I said, "Who here did not read the chapter? Come on, you can feel comfortable in my class. You should know I am one of those." And I raised my hand that did not read the chapter.
Our
He's
professor,
honest with them.
Our professor should do that more.
Yeah, like what?
Like-
Ask who read the chapter?
No, be like,
Like,
I did not read
admit
it.
that they have no clue what they're about to
Admit that
do.
they have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I call on a student that had raised his hand, and I said, "What do you think of the chapter on trade?" Trade.
Trade.
He said, because again, I'm nervous that it's not what I think it is. I have to like ferret out what the chapter was on, so I'm buying time to try to come up with like something to say. He says, "Trade between the United States and China is the most important thing for the U.S. economy." I said, "Really?"
Basically, he was right.
He gives me some statistic like,
But it's his dream. Like he obviously
that's
like
fair,
knew
that's
where the
fair.
story was going. I'm gonna go back a tiny bit.
statistic like, it's worth $50 trillion a year, something that I didn't believe.
It's not. It's statistic from his dream.
And then I figured, okay, I'm going to give a lesson
No, I'm gonna put that on my
about
econ
tariffs
paper. Source, like
and about
Mr. Fredman's
Source
dream.
is that Fredman's dream. Oh yeah, $50 trillion of trade between China and America.
It's called trade.
and
Trade.
because this is something that was on, I didn't tell Mindy this. This was something that was on my mind, which is even though I'm a free trader, I never understood how if the opposition knew that the U.S. because of their economic policies would always turn a blind eye, and even though others were protecting their industries, they wouldn't, how that wouldn't be damaging to me, to them. And it always pissed me off. And so I said, and so I was going to explain game theory. And I said, who here has heard of game theory? And I looked up and there were like 4 people left, and they said, Professor, the class ended.
The class ended.
The class ended. He like finally
He, like,
figures out what he's
blacked out.
talking about. He looks up. He's like, "Fine, like let's talk about it. Straight is what I think it is. Let's learn some game theory." Looks up and the class is
There we
done.
go.
And I made in my mind a cheshbon, this will never happen to me again.
A
I'm
what?
going
A
to
cheshbon.
Oh,
Like I made like the.
yeah. An accountant.
Yeah.
this will never happen to me again. I'm going to prepare. And that was my drink.
Wow.
So
Great
what did
dream.
we think of the dream?
That's a crazy dream.
Was it worth listening to?
Yeah.
I
How
think
long
it-
is this segment? Like 10 minutes?
Probably,
Maybe
but I think it's
very
worth
well.
it. I think I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
I think that's funny enough.
Hope you can hear it.
It's good.
More like,
That's
what?
crazy. That's interesting.
What? He said what?
Trade.
It was a good bit, no?
Good bit.
He walks to the bottom of the stage, pretends to fall and crawls just to stall by for time.
Crazy ploy to buy time.
To stall, yeah. Who read the chapter? Who didn't? I didn't read the chapter either. You guys are okay.
Do you think that's any particularly slower than walking? Army crawling?
It's
Yes.
pretty slow,
It's
yeah.
pretty slow.
It's gotta be much slower.
You know how fast you can walk?
You know how fast you can army crawl?
Not that fast.
We can look up the fastest army
I know
crawl.
for a fact. I have a friend who was in the army,
Is that a stat that's kept?
and he had to crawl for 2 miles, and that was like
2
That
miles?
sounds like a
Oh my
lot.
Exactly.
God.
He crawled for 2 miles. What's his job?
Is it crawling?
I don't know what to say on a podcast.
Oh,
Jumping.
yeah.
Combat engineers.
Oh, that's an intense job.
Should I cut that? Do I have to cut that
I
now?
don't know.
I might
You're
have
not
to
allowed
Cut it. Why did you
I'll just
ask?
go beep is a combat engineer.
Oh, right, because you said his name. Combat engineer isn't like a secret position. I don't think so.
I don't know.
It could be the name.
Yeah, I'll beep his name. Yo, Beep is a legend, by the way.
He's a crazy guy.
He choked me once at recess
That makes sense.
because I scored a touchdown.
I thought you said it's in where he
That
scored
checks
it.
What?
Scored
Scored
a
it.
touchdown.
He scored it.
Yo, chill with that.
Chill with that. I have to go my laundry.
If we do, what we learned from last time though is once you got your laundry, the podcast ended. You went to go get your laundry, and we said we were gonna finish, and we were done.
You're finished.
You do laundry a lot.
Yeah.
What? It's like, what's
Okay,
the
I'm
week?
smelly. Fine, what do you want? Did we do it Saturday night also?
Mhm.
I don't remember.
Last
No.
Saturday night?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did we do?
Yeah, it was before the road
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
Right. That's why.
We could talk about Memphis.
That's why.
We
We went to Memphis.
went to Memphis.
I told Missy about it.
Yeah, what did
Yeah.
she think?
Well, I told about it.
Yeah.
No, Missy's fine.
Missy, I agree. Missy's
Shout out
fine.
Missy.
Shout out
Kings
Missy.
of the
Shout out
Mashgichim.
King of the
Mashkin's a team.
Missy,
Yeah.
first of her name, King of the Mashgichim, protector of Hillel.
I told her the way she found out was kind of funny because she saw the hats that we were wearing at the bowling place,
Mhm.
and she was like, "Oh, I saw that. Like, it was such a cute picture, you with your hats." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Where was Lev's?" And I was like, "So
in the
true."
Car. It was in the car.
I told her I was like, Lev was embarrassed to wear his, and she was like, "Where were you guys?" And I said, "We got them in men."
The last syllable was fist.
Orly, we're doing a podcast
Show,
right now.
show yourself.
Show yourself.
I can't even hear.
We're doing a
Show
podcast.
yourself.
I can't hear.
Can't hear you at all.
Oh,
It's probably coming
'cause
through the
coming-
phone.
Yeah. Orly, I'm not wearing a shirt. I can't hear you. Okay, love you, bye.
Don't cut that.
Do I think he did?
You have to cut that.
What? Wait, we got a text from Noam Carter's girlfriend. I'm gonna live react to these texts.
Okay.
It was Freddie, I'm dying. Oh my gosh.
Pause.
Damn it!
Hayley,
No, guess what?
Okay, she goes, Freddie, I'm dying. No, just told me about your podcast. I have to drive a little over an hour to clinical and back every day, and I think I found my new podcast. We gotta start pumping these out there.
She goes every
She
day.
needs to put me on, but only if Lev reads the 5th Harry Potter book. You should bring a D on as a special guest. Zach Fine. What is he talking about?
About me?
Something irrelevant. I'd better make final cut. Mochacho.
Shoot.
Okay, all these are silly texts.
Hayley Schreiber wants us to.
Rest in peace to a legend.
She's
No,
dying.
we don't know. She's just dying.
She has
She's
a
dying.
We don't know if
terminal-
she's died
She's
yet.
dying. She has time.
I'm just so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's do 1 second of silence for her. Nice.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Hayley Schreiber
Nice.
Memorial Podcast.
I hope she makes it to episode 4.
Should I name this episode the Hayley Schreiber Memorial Podcast?
If anyone else is driving a clinical,
That's crazy.
It's a really good name for the podcast.
Freddie, I'm dying.
No, damn it.
No.
We had so little time together.
Come on, let's go console Carter. He's right there.
Carter, it's okay, buddy.
Good.
We keep it light. We're the Rowdy Boys.
We're Rowdy
Rowdy
Boys.
Especially after Freddie said all the slurs, we can't include that part.
What's up? We're literally the Rowdy Boys.
Actually,
Maybe I should name this episode the Rowdy Boys. That might be better.
We are the
No,
Rowdy
always-
Haley Schreiber Memorial Podcast.
The problem is, once we start naming one of the episodes the Rowdy Boys, we're gonna want to name all
The
of
podcast.
them.
We're gonna
want to name every episode.
We're gonna want to change the name of the podcast to the Rowdy Boys. Yo, we're the Rowdy Boys. We're literally gonna hit the backwards gritty.
Whoa, whoa.
I'm hitting the backwards gritty right now.
In case you can't hear,
Who discovered how clocks work?
What do you mean?
Mr. Clarkson.
Oh my god! I heard this crazy statistic. Not a statistic, a thing.
Oh,
It's a
Let's clarify.
A
fact
proposition.
that was concealed inside
A
of a
vignette.
baked ziti.
Yeah.
Shout out to all you real fans. Yosef doesn't even know what we're talking
I
about
know what you're
because he
talking
didn't
about.
listen to the first episode. A vignette is a fact concealed inside of a baked ziti.
Yeah.
Where's the big part?
Exactly.
You don't even know. You listen to the podcast, you bum.
Damn.
real ones.
Okay,
get it.
apparently in like Latin or something, minutes mean like first and seconds mean second. And so it's like you have an hour, and the first division of an hour is like into 60 parts called like first, and the second division of a minute into 60 parts is called seconds, and that's why they're called seconds.
Wait, the first division.
It's called minutes, which apparently in Latin or whatever language means like first, and then seconds is like the second division.
Whoa.
What about hours?
What?
Shut up.
What do you mean the second division?
Hours were only invented
Okay.
years later.
After
Etymology. Minute comes from the Latin pars minuta prima, meaning first small part, i.e.
Whoa.
first division of the hour, dividing into 60, and
Wait,
second
I think
comes
minuta-
from the
I think
pars
minuta means
minuta
small.
secund. Yeah, it means like part, but it's
You sure?
Minuta. I don't think it's minute.
first small part. Whatever. The word comes from the saying pars minuta prima, meaning first small part, and second comes from pars minuta secunda, meaning second small
Wait,
part.
they totally weren't consistent. The first one, prima. It should be
Prima.
Yeah, it
prima.
should be
It's
prima. And,
first.
yeah.
And secunda.
The current
Yeah.
prima is 8.
I'll be honest. It's also
What?
Wikipedia, so Freddie
No,
could
the
have written
current
that
pre-
himself.
What?
Are we talking about minutes right now?
I could have
Current
like.
prima is 30.
How crazy of a bit would that be if I make up like a fact and then
You
like
did a really-
edit a Wikipedia page to show you guys on the podcast that it's a real
You
fact?
did a really good job bringing that up like naturally and like, oh my god, I forgot to tell you.
I was thinking about ways to do it. 42.
No, stop counting.
No, I saw that when I was doom scrolling earlier.
Wow. Oh, good.
I do that sometimes, from time to time.
Oh, you're really on the grind.
I'm on the grind. Wait, who were we
I
talking?
had such a busy week. I had to watch so many reels.
Sorry, I haven't been to hang out recently. I've been just doom scrolling.
So
it's taken up
busy.
You like you meet up with an old friend. Hey man, how you been? What have you been up
I've been
to? You know, classes are good. Been watching a lot of reels. And,
Instagram reels.
you know, seeing Big Justice.
Big justice.
Today he pulled his dream Pokemon card.
What did he pull? Legendary
Oh
Charizard?
God.
No, I think it was
Mewtwo? Mew?
I think it was like they add like
The
letters
fish
to make it
one.
cooler.
The fish one? Magikarp.
No, it's
The
like
bird one.
Yeah, Dee kept saying her name. Had to.
You know,
she goes,
three floor
Adi,
poops?
Adi. It was giving off Pokemon vibes.
She was being a Pokemon. She was saying her own name.
Adi.
You were like communicating through
Through-
saying her own name.
through- yeah.
Pokemonology.
Adi.
Adi.
Remember when you talked about Slavia? That was a good comment.
Okay,
Back
chill
up.
with the meat riding, sir. Kind of tragic the freshmen will never have met Fernando.
They actually have no idea that we had a blow up doll in this apartment for
By
a
the
whole
way,
semester.
We had a sex
confirmed
doll.
sex doll.
What?
No, it
Yeah.
had no
She didn't have
F-hole.
a F-hole.
Because first of all, I think because
Yeah.
sometimes sex dolls are there for like comfort, not purely sex.
Yeah, that's a
That's not
comfort
what
doll.
It's a comfort doll. He was our friend.
It was a lonely
I
time.
think I saw it in like a show or a movie or something like that, and it was Fernando.
No way.
With the mustache.
Fernando
Like
made it into the big room.
That's
for
where
him.
he went.
Good for him.
Because
That's
he
why we
didn't
haven't seen
actually
him. He's in
become
Hollywood.
deflated.
Is it weird if I look up blow up sex doll on my phone?
Yes.
Can you do it on your computer?
Fine.
That's normal.
Blow up sex.
I have a feeling we're not including
Male.
Male.
No, we're gonna include
Now
Fernando.
look up
for
images,
sure.
and I bet he's gonna be. There he is.
There-
There he is.
Wait, did you guys know his official name is Fernando? We didn't name
Yeah,
him? What?
I thought that was implied. They're like a bunch.
Half
The
of
ones
these
that
are-
you looked up on Amazon had 3 different versions. They all had different names.
I don't like that. See, this is great. That, by the way, that's the difference between a sex doll. He has an F-hole. Fernando has none of that. Fernando is all smooth in all the right places.
They're all blurred on Google Images. For those who are wondering.
That's a great song.
That's huge.
Yo.
Yo.
The thing that made me the most uncomfortable about Fernando is I see how this doll, this inflatable friend, we'll
I
call
didn't
him.
like his plate.
Looks like an
I did
Attack on
exactly that's what I was
The
gonna
face
say.
being a plate is weird.
This guy's face is part of the blow up
Right.
friend. Fernando's
Fernando
face was like a thing that like goes on his face.
It is a mask.
Looks too real.
It
No,
does.
no, it doesn't. It
That
doesn't
was
look
the funniest
real.
bit when you hid it in the girl's fridge. It's
there
like
for a
peeking out of
while.
like the vegetable drawer.
That was crazy. Or they saw it like first day and did not mention
Yeah,
it to
good.
anybody.
Good.
She
She's a
left
real one. She's a real one. Shout out. Beep.
She did not pay.
it. We're not getting it.
Yeah.
We should when she FaceTimes in, we should. Oh no, her voice isn't there. I was gonna say do like the Darth Vader voice, be like hello, Freddy.
yeah. I chose to remain anonymous.
Yeah.
It's like when the Mossad goes on 60 Minutes, like we do a lot.
Yeah. They all have like
face is also
the
blacked
face
out.
cover.
Yeah.
I know they have like these things like hello, Javier.
Yeah. I hope no one walks in.
I really miss Fernando
Me too.
at the Tishes. He used to go to every Tish.
I think he's under our couch.
I think he's with the Simmons. Fernando had higher Tish attendance than like 80% of the community. I
Like
just went ahead.
Him
Yeah,
and
that's just
Sienna
embarrassing.
Yazdi, basically.
Yeah, every Tish.
Yeah.
Of course, I hope Sienna's taking it well. Did somebody let her know
Fernando?
that Fernando's no longer with us?
You gotta
I
cut
don't
this.
know.
That's too free of a shout out.
Beep.
I forgot to tell you guys, but I have the sumo blow up costume.
It's right there.
I see him.
I got them from the girls' apartment. I guess
Oh,
we're
you
being
Just
the
put it
right-
on
It's a good bit.
Yeah, I know right now.
right now.
I'm not gonna do it right now.
Zach and I are literally shirtless for this podcast.
You're not
and you
literally
can't.
shirtless. You're near shirtless.
Our ninnies are out.
You're-
by all.
You're feigning shirtlessness.
My belly. Look at my belly. My belly is currently on the table.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's right.
Table belly.
TB. Is that what TB stands for?
Yeah.
to break your belly.
Tuberky belly. Table belly.
I think we have to keep the Fernando part in, so you're gonna have to cut around a lot of random shit.
It's okay. He doesn't mind. It'll just be a couple hours.
It'll just be choppy.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
No, it won't be choppy. It'll be perfect. He doesn't mind. He'll spend the time to get it.
He'll
He'll
do it.
fix it in post. He'll
Fix and post. Fix and post.
Fix and post.
Okay, new section.
To stop slapping the table, I'm telling you, because it makes it harder for me to
How
cover
does
the
it make it
slap.
hard?
Really?
Because
Just wait a couple seconds
because
after I slap.
I listened to it all the way through.
Can't you see a spike in the audio?
You can, but like, it doesn't help.
Because
I
like
listened
hurts
to
your
it.
ears.
I listened to it all the way through, and I just like, it's just easier to cut. Like, it doesn't like hurt. It's just like, I'm gonna cut it either way, and I just know to cut from the silence. So if you do this and then immediately start talking,
Well, let's just be quiet after I slap.
there's no point in slapping.
You could snap instead.
Well, you should immediately talk right after that.
Okay.
It's like, what if I didn't?
Attempt again.
I'll fix it in post.
Good.
That was a bad sound. Let me do it again.
Or right.
Oh,
next to it.
Yeah, that's good.
ready?
You guys,
No, come on.
Okay, stop
oh,
talking.
you guys want to play Who's the Liar?
Yeah, no
Zach's
one
gonna
talked this
continue
time.
doing it.
What are you talking about?
How many times do I have to snap? Damn.
Stop
you.
snapping.
You're gonna have a terrible time
You guys
editing.
want to play Who's the Liar?
Yeah.
Okay, should I pick the liar?
We
Yeah.
close our way. If you tap on our head, we're the liar.
Yeah. Wait, I can have to fully.
Ready is now on the table.
The liar is
You said that so loud.
Did you guys hear it? You guys.
You gotta close our ears.
Okay, everyone has to plug your ears. Zach. Yosef. Lev. The liar is Zach. You guys can open your eyes and ears. Zach.
We were on the table.
Because I had to whisper into the mic who
Oh,
it
did you
was.
tap someone?
Okay.
Call back.
Call back.
Call back. I'm probably gonna cut this part. It's not gonna be funny. Look, Lev.
Yeah. I'll stop you right there. I know what you're gonna ask.
I'm not gonna ask.
The
your
answer
name.
is yes.
Let's ask. What happened to Keith?
He met his end.
That's way too general. Of an
I would have
answer.
said he passed.
He passed. No.
He did
Interesting.
pass it.
Yosef.
Don't ask me a question.
What do you do at Boeing? what is your classified job that you're not allowed to tell us about?
It's all gonna be recorded too, so just so you know, it's gonna be on the
How
internet.
do you this is like the question of, you meet like the two brothers in a row. One is a lie. One always tells a lie.
Yeah.
That I have no way to answer that.
Interesting.
Liar.
Zach, what are you
No,
wearing
but
right
I
now?
could be telling the truth.
You could be
I don't
lying.
buy that at all.
I want to move on to Zach. Zach, what are you currently wearing?
I'm wearing a basketball jersey and some shorts.
Okay, so Zach, the
Okay,
liar.
everyone, close your eyes.
Close your eyes, blind
Close your
vote,
eyes.
blind
Blind vote. Okay, raise your hand if you think Lev is the liar. Raise your hand if you think Yosef is the liar. Raise your hand if you think Zach is the liar. Okay, there was a tie. Yes. Okay, Lev got 1 vote. Yosef got 2 votes. Zach got 2 votes.
What? How did I get 1 vote?
Yosef,
That's two
Yosef
votes. That's 4
voted for
votes.
Lev
Fine.
and Zach. Lev voted for.
I can vote multiple
you
times.
guys-
No, I only voted once. I only
I
voted,
voted for
Yosef.
all 3 of us.
Yosef voted for all 3.
If I knew I could vote multiple times, I'd be voting for everybody every time. Then I'd never lose.
That's not how that works.
I
What if you vote for yourself and then Yosef only votes for you but not for himself?
No, but I'd get it right every time.
No, you'd be 2/3 wrong.
Yeah.
No, if you get the right answer, you get the right answer.
I think you're a third right if you get the right answer.
I got the right answer.
The question is it better to choose 2 people?
Well, that's the thing. You two tied. So who would? You guys were
think I
both.
win.
Technically, you guys were both the liars because you didn't answer the question.
Right, you were lying.
No, I said I
Crazy
can't
move
tell
to
you.
co.
Oh, that's actually not.
I said I can't tell
That's
you.
not a
That's
lie. He told the truth.
I was lying. I was the liar.
What a betrayal of our trust.
Not wearing a basketball jersey.
What are you wearing?
A suit
Where's your shirt?
doesn't. Well, it's here. It's,
open.
not buttoned.
It's open. Yes.
Well, we look like a couple of players. is the
Yeah, we
thing.
look
Yeah.
like some.
Yeah, earlier, I just want to address for the record, earlier we were sort of attacked for wearing these outfits. We didn't get a chance to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
So now,
We're
just
players.
making my own case, we're players.
We're players
So we're going to
and-
dress like players.
And players gotta play.
Hey, come on now.
That's what it is, my baby. Yes, sir.
Ooh,
Who's
chocolate
attacking
chip cookie.
Who's attacking us?
Yeah.
The media.
Yeah, the paparazzi. Actually,
Paparazzi. They
swarmed
won't leave me
us.
alone. I can't even go to the store.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No, we have to go for a full hour.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
For Hayley.
It's the Hayley Schreiber
It's the
Memorial
Memorial
We
Podcast.
could release the Snyder cut.
The Snyder
Who's
Cut is what?
Snyder?
Who's Snyder? The pretzel man.
Oh,
Pretzel
someone
man.
owns this podcast.
Let's
Oh, it's St. Louis
shout out
ass.
to cheese
Are
balls.
we allowed to like charge Hayley after the fact? Like
No, we can't send her an invoice.
send her an invoice. Like, we mentioned her name 3 times. Each time we mention it is actually $5. So you owe us $15.
Do you think you could
Good
eat
bet.
a full bucket of cheese balls in one sitting?
Yes.
Ooh, we've talked
No.
about this before.
I don't think I could.
Lev and I have. You two haven't.
I think I could.
In terms of food, it's not that heavy.
And how much would someone have to pay you to try?
This is $1. If you
Wow.
pay for the cheese balls, I would try it.
Okay. I think
Yeah,
I know what
try
I'm
it. I
doing.
would
Next
enjoy it.
podcast.
I think I know what I'm
Same thing with
Tomorrow.
same thing with a dozen donuts. Like
That's easy.
I-
though.
Dozen Krispy Kreme, easy.
easy.
Doesn't Schnucks harder?
Wait.
Yeah, I think I could still do it.
I'm definitely going to get
I can do
a
both.
bucket of cheese balls.
It'll be really loud. You'll hear me crunching in the corner, but I think, especially if you give me warning, so I can
Yeah, I'll give you one.
empty out my system before.
I'll give you.
IYKYK.
I'll give you a week.
Talking about big poops before big eats.
Going to Poop Town.
Come on now, population. 4.
Me. Population,
Do
me.
you guys remember poop maps?
Yeah, it was like a fantasy league for poops.
Yeah, you would like mark where you pooped.
Wait,
and,
I
like,
did that
How
for
great
playing in
rate your
Israel.
poop.
Whoever had the maximal distance between poops had the most points.
That gas station / fried chicken restaurant in Arkansas had a stinky bathroom. It was
Yeah, it did. The slushy machine was hype though.
Slushy machine was hype.
I destroyed a bathroom in somewhere in southern Maine.
In Montreal. Montreal, you
No,
just...
that was Ben and
When we went to
Ben and
Montreal,
Jerry's.
you destroyed... We went to
Multiple
Ben and Jerry's,
bathrooms.
dropped a stink bomb in that place, and then just like ran out. Like, let's go. Oh, you broke the pipes.
Yeah,
In
I
Maine.
clogged the toilet.
That's right.
Which one?
yes. I'm
Halfway through our drive from Acadia to Boston, we stopped at a random gas station, and I like really had to poop.
I don't remember
You
that.
burst the pipes?
No, I didn't burst the pipe. It just wouldn't flush. And so I
You
walked
tried to-
out, and Yosef was walking, and I was like, "Don't go in there." So we waited for the other bathroom. There was like 2 options, and I was
Oh,
like,
that
"No,
went
no."
into the women's one, I think.
What?
That's right. You put on your woman costume.
That's right.
It's awkward. Then I had to put back on the man costume for the bar
Underneath both, you're like a little alien, like Men in Black vibes.
No, I'm a man, but I still want a man
Oh.
costume.
Main costume.
I don't know. Your man costume's not so believable, Joe.
Oh.
Good diss.
It was like a muscle.
You've been pranked by the prankster.
All right, quick blind rank. I'll cue this if you want.
Is it okay?
Blind ranking types of hair.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, you gotta, but I think it's important to know how many. You have to give us
It's
how
gonna
many.
be 5.
There's gonna be 5.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
I'll go first.
Let me pick up. Let Zach and I pick up.
She's not gonna like this.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Can I show you to people?
We're doing a podcast, Ruby. Can't you tell? You're about to blind rank hair.
Hey, you want a man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell her we're blind ranking hair and
Can
we can't hang
I
out.
call you in 5?
Fuck.
Okay, right.
The 5
It's
minutes.
been sold out.
Sold out.
You really did well there.
What?
Thanks. Right.
Okay, blind ranking hair.
1, or the first one, mustache. Handlebar mustache specifically.
Which one's a handlebar again?
Dips down.
I'll show you.
Right.
It's commonly found on, I probably shouldn't say the word.
It's like a thick Fu Manchu.
It's like one of these. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's not a handlebar mustache.
Oh, no.
Handlebar mustache goes up. What's the other one then? That one.
You're thinking of the one that goes down is called. No, it's none of these.
Look up
Handlebar mustache is like the strong man.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
curly one.
curly.
Here. You're thinking of horseshoe.
Oh,
Right. I'm thinking.
Oh, so you want to change the answer? Is that...
No, we'll
Horse-
stick with handlebar. We'll stick with
handlebar.
handlebar.
I'll say 2.
Wait, you've only given me one
Handle.
option.
Yeah, blind ranking.
Out of what?
Out of 5.
Oh, I don't know all the options as
Right.
I ranked them.
Blind ranking.
You can't ask what the point is because it is so elusive, and yet I watch these blind rank videos all the time.
I'm gonna give handlebar a 1.
Okay, you think that's the best one?
I do think so.
Okay, Freddie.
Oh, this one, toothbrush.
3.
I don't think
Go
you
ahead,
can
Ray.
read.
Okay, 3. The next thing on the list is hair on the top of your head.
1. Come on.
You
now.
think that's the goat?
Yeah, that's the goat.
You think that's the worst?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
what
think
if he
bald
says, like,
people.
Butthole hair.
I think bald
You're really gonna tell
Oh,
me
there's gonna be
that-
5.
I think bald people are so cool.
Really?
They look so cool.
How do you shave your head?
You're bald.
You're bald.
You're bald.
You're bald.
I like it.
I like it. Okay.
All right, you want the next one?
No, wait. I see
Yes,
2.
then.
2 for hair on
2.
the top of your head.
Okay.
Okay.
1.
Next one is
Quick, come up
back
with
hair.
4.
You think something bad is
I'm
coming?
gonna go with 4 as well.
I think beehole hair
4.
is.
Okay. Nose hair.
I'm risking it for the biscuit. 5.
3.
3.
My one
Wait,
spot.
let's what are the
What spots
options?
do you have open? I have one.
I have 2.
You have 2 open. You're
No.
fucked.
Yeah.
That's
Why? He has 1 open.
You have 1 open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting b-hole there.
Do you want to hear what the last one is?
Yeah, we want to hear.
Huge Hasidic beard.
Yeah! Let's go! One.
Whoever loses.
Yeah.
Good game. Good game.
Hasidic pubes in the arena.
Cut.
What? You said that no context.
Most out of pocket
You said a
comment.
noun. You didn't make a comment.
In 4
Can I
episodes.
please keep that in?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah,
I think you also said it as you were like walking away, so it's kind of perfect. They're gonna be like, wait, what did he just say?
No, you're gonna be able to hear it very clearly, I think.
Alright, it's time for me to get my laundry.
No.
Yeah.
It's a lie. You're gonna go call
Going to
Glooby.
bed.
Wait, what do each of you guys do while you fold your laundry?
I watch TV.
Watch YouTube.
I assume we all have a secondary stimulus. Okay, the
Watch
3 of
TV.
us for sure.
I definitely do.
Call.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Or watch Harry Potter with me sometimes.
That's true, actually. Twice I've done
Sometimes
that.
I watch YouTube videos.
Why do you say that as if you're like admitting something terrible? Like I say I watch TV, Lev said he watches YouTube and you go, sometimes when I fold my laundry, I watch YouTube.
Are you down to watch Harry Potter tonight?
Tonight? It's late, dude.
It's midnight.
You
We don't have to get up until
8:40, yeah.
But I had to wake up at 10 o'clock this morning.
You got up at 10?
Wait, I don't think you guys realize. When I told
I
Orly I
woke
stayed up until 1:30 on a Friday night, she said her jaw dropped. On Friday nights at school, I used to go to sleep at
Yeah.
like 10.
Last semester you went to bed so early, and now...
No, there was a period where you'd stay up.
Yeah.
Never to 1:30.
No.
I would stay up like past like 11 maybe, but like
Now for the past
It was a
2
great
nights,
chill.
it was a
The
good
past 2
show.
nights, for the past 2 weeks, you stayed up that late on Friday night.
No.
Well,
Last
that-
week I didn't. Last week I went to bed at like before midnight.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sleepy.
I also got like a good 3 hours in.
Oh, we're supposed to build a fort tonight.
That's not happening. There's
Why
no-
not?
I'm not.
She
You
wasn't
guys can do
gonna
it
do it
upstairs. Go
Lev,
for
what
it.
if I call in? Lev and I do bets, and one of our bets is Lev has to sleep in Jack's bed. What if I call that in tonight?
Then I get to call in when you get the mustache.
No, because that's not, because we said I have to have a beard.
So I can call it whenever I want.
You're going to call it like when I tell you I have my final presentation
Yeah.
in econ.
I will.
It's like, actually, I'm presenting. It's like, okay, shave, you have a mustache.
Yeah, for a week.
You're both.
You're both. You're
Am I allowed to say that or no?
No.
She has Tourette's, I can't.
bleep, bleep, bleep.
I'm glad I didn't give my
Bleeping.
take in there out here.
Yeah. Zach had an incredibly racist take outside.
Not racist. It had nothing to do with race. I said, I'm not saying she's faking. Can you imagine the way the media would cover it if it was revealed that
Yeah, she
someone
has her
was
own
faking
TV show.
Tourette's?
She has her own TV show. You know how like big it blew up when
There's an
the
episode of
the
South
12
Park-
kids and counting people were like actually molesters?
Whoa.
That blew up.
Yeah.
TLC is like pipeline.
There's an episode of South Park where Cartman pretends to have Tourette's and then he develops Tourette's.
Whoa.
So maybe it's one of those situations.
Do you think she
Zach, how do you
pretended?
not remember that?
Now she really has it. She screwed herself.
He told us that right.
Oh, he
It's like the vivid
What?
dream thing.
I forgot
So
that.
that's why I wouldn't want to have a vivid dream.
Lucid dream?
What?
You actually explained the reason about
Lucid
this
dream.
girl with Tourette's.
What?
Lucid dream.
You said that you have to give yourself a tick in real life to then have your freaking lucid dream. So I was
But it's just
pretending
like-
to have a tick and then I would
But
actually
you
have a
can,
tick.
exactly, that's the point. But you
Yeah.
can control that tick, and also
you
it's like a
can't.
habit.
It's a
Like
tick.
you can force. You don't have Tourette's. Your brain isn't wired the same way as hers.
That's what I'm saying.
Once you develop it, it becomes subconscious. But you can also then force yourself to stop doing it.
That's it for us today at the FPV podcast. FPV podcast. Stay frosty.
Stay frosty, everybody.
Now